Yo, 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 my Star Citizens and Noob Gamers. Welcome back to another episode of Star Citizen with me, Menix. And in today's episode, we're going to be looking at the question, short haul over long haul cargo running. So let's get into this one, guys. So here we are. I'm over at some place over in Area 18. I'm on the PTU. And we're just going to have a look at the better commodities. So gold is one of the best commodities we can get, and outside of Vice, but there's always really low stocks. So I was looking at videos on doing the second best and the third best, which is Laranite, Beryl, and then the fourth maybe Diamond. Those three commodities have come the best after gold, and Hephaestonite is another one as well. So I'm looking at this place over here, mining area 56, I think it's called, over on Walla. And I'm looking at, is it better to go for profit over distance, or is it better to just keep short hauls? So say like, if I'm over at Walla, which is one of the moons of Area 18, am I better going from Walla to Area 18 and taking less profit rather than going to somewhere like Walla to Orison or Walla to Lorville and adding in that extra time? So let's have a look at this here. So in here we've got some diamond and we've got some laranite, two decent commodities here that we can look at. So let's have a look at this on our UEX board. Let me just grab that up. Okay, so here we are. So I'm in UEX. I'll put this in the description. And so I've picked Laranite here, and I've picked the Starlancer Max. And so the best place we can buy it is here at ArtCorp 56. Now, we do have to be aware, wherever we are, so Laranite in here, and then hit go, 56. There's only 302 stock. Well, that's not right, because we can see here already on our main thing that when we go back to it, there's 500, so that's not right. So that's something to watch out for when we're looking at these stock levels here. And what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at the price difference. Now, this says here, if we go from ArtCorp 56 buying Laranite to Lorville, we can make 163,700, but that's we're going to have to travel that distance from ArtCorp to Lorville, which is probably going to take about 4 or 5 minutes, and then you're going to come back the same way unless you pick something up at Lorville to come back. And if we then decide, well, actually we'll save that 10 minutes and do multiple trips, so we're going to come back to Area 18, which is going to have one of the lowest price for buying. We're looking at 136, so what we're losing, 63 to 36. We're losing 27-ish, about 27,000. So we've got to decide, is it better to lose 27,000 and save ourselves around 8 to 9 minutes in travel time? So say on average around 10 minutes at a travel time. Is that 10 minutes worth that 27,000, and we can do multiple trips? So say if we was to do a trip and it took 15 minutes to go from ArtCorp to from 56 to Area 18, is that could we get multiple trips in and then get an extra trip in, making another 100,000? That's what we've got to look at. Is it better to do it that way? So we need to work that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one trip from here to ArtCorp and back, see what the timing was, and then I'll do the same over to Lorville and see what the timing on that. And then we can work out how many trips we could get into this run over this run, and see whether the 30,000 or 27,000 saving, how many trips would we get extra? Could we do 2 trips in that one trip, or could we do, which is going to give us 134? So if we lose 20,000 profit, we're going to make about 100 profit, about 100,000 profit by keeping it local and doing an extra trip. That's what we've got to look at. So let's do that today, guys. Local versus local hauling over long hauling. Let's do it. So I'm going to start getting I'm going to have to get a timer on my thing here. And so what I'll do is I'm not going to cut this video. Once I buy the cargo, you'll see the time. I'll sort of reset my video timer, and then I can work out then what that timing is. So let's do this. Okay, so I've reset my video recorder timing, and so I can look down at that now and decide and let you guys know what time we've spent. Now I haven't done the trip to here, so and I won't do a trip to here again with the timings when I do it to Lorville as well. So let's go for the Laranite that we was looking at. So let's pick our ship. Well, actually, we can't pick the ship. We've got to pick this. And then we're going to go to Laranite, and we're going to pick, because we're going to a, what's it called? We will take the 24s. No, we'll take 16s, actually. And we don't want 16. We want to know our hours, so we want 1, 2, 3, 4. We want 12. We want 12 lots of 16 for 4159. And we'll buy that. Confirm. Accept. And then we've got to get the 4s for the top, and we want 8 of those. 8 4s for 1733. Okay, so let's take that. No, I bought 1 8 by accident. Not 8 1s, I bought 8 1s. So we want 4s, size 4s. I don't know why it does that. Right, so we want 8 size 4s for 69.32. 69.32. Right, so let's do that. I'm going to ignore the 4 1s that I bought, the 8 1s, sorry, that I bought. I'll stick them into another thing. I'm just doing a run here without overfilling the cargo. Because at some point, physics is going to come in and we're not going to be able to do that anymore. Let's do it. Now, I didn't bring my max lift, so luckily, getting the 16s, I should be able to still put them in because I didn't bring the max lift. Right, so we want, how many of these? I want to split them into 4s, and then split them into 4s again. And then we've got then we'll leave and we'll keep them. Right, okay, so I'm going to take 4 of these. Bring them up. Okay guys, so what I've done is I've jumped the video from me loading it. I was doing a different video at the time, so I've used the Atlas to load it, and I'm going to use a max lift to load it the next time. So I didn't want to put that into the video because that's going to skew the results of this. So I want the test to be a good test in that the loading isn't different, and so the loading is going to be the same no matter what, whether you're going from long haul or short haul. Turn engines on.
Starting pre-flight protocols. All systems operational.
Alright guys, so I've loaded the ship, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the local one first. So let's do that. So we're going straight to Area 18. So let's type that in. So here we are, arriving at Area 18. And like I said, I'm not going to cut the video. I've cut the video basically where I was loading, because the loading time is going to be the same. It's the same cargo, and so the loading time, I'm not going to factor that in. It's just going to be travel time that I'm going to be factoring in. So we're at Area 18, and if you don't know where you're landing at Area 18, you can just look for these dots going down, and then there's that big red, looks like a spaceship there.
Proceed to assigned landing bay.
Request landing.
Contacting ATC.
So again, I'm not going to factor in the unloading here as well. You can just go straight to the spaceport here and just sell it all, or you can choose to unload it. It's up to you. If you go straight to the spaceport and unload automatically, it will cost you around 5,000-ish, something like that, and probably around 3 minutes in time. So I'm just going to throw it all into the back here, because I'm not worried about that type of thing. Whether you unload it yourself or whether you do auto loading, it's going to be the same time no matter what, whether you're here or whether you're at Lorville. Turn engines off.
Powering down systems.
So I'm going to cut the video here for the loading, and then once I've finished loading it and it's sent it down in the lift, I will then restart the clock again. So what I'm going to do here again is I'm going to cut the video, because I'm going to unload with the Atlas here, and again I don't want to skew the results. And so you could just go and put your ship away and use the timer, which would cost about 2 minutes extra in time rather than the unloading, and you would cost you about 5,000 to 7,000 to have it unloaded as well. But I'm going to take this as though you're unloading it yourself, and we're going to keep that the same. And so that's what we're going to do here. So we're just going to jump this video like we did there. And yeah, so let's do this. Okay, so that's the cargo put away now. I've just sent that down. And so what we're going to do now is going to head over to the spaceport and sell this. And then from there we'll head back.
Want your company to be in good company? Our Corp's unique vertically integrated corporate parks offer amenities such as resource sharing and logistical pairing for our rental partners. Inquire today to learn how you can invest in making our Corp your new home.
Track now leaving the station. Stand clear of doors. Trap now approaching. Trap now approaching. Stand clear of the doors.
So here we are on our way over to sell this over at the plaza now. So it's taken about 3 minutes when we bought the cargo, about 6 minutes to fly over here, and then whatever it takes us now to sell it and then get back and then head back over to the mining area 56, and we'll calculate all that time together. Obviously, I'm not putting in here the loading and unloading. You're probably looking at around 15 minutes for the loading and unloading. But what I want to do is see the difference in time for the travel distance. Because the unloading and loading is going to be the same. But obviously, you do need to factor that in if you're going to do local runs and say you're going to sort of justify a local run being better because you can get one more run in. You're going to have to then factor in the loading and unloading. So we will look at that and sort of base it around 15 minutes loading and unloading time, and then work out then, is it still better to do the long run or the short run from that. Now with this we could have done an auto unload, which would have took about 3 minutes instead of around 5 to unload it with the tractor beam. So let's jump in here and see what we can sell this for over at the TDD. And what I'll do is I'll work out the cost of it, the cost we paid and the cost and what we sold it for. I'll work all that out when I get back to the other place, because I don't want to waste time on the backwards and forwards I don't want to waste time on calculating it now, basically. So we want the Star Lancer. That's not picking the Star Lancer, is it? That's picking me. So one of these will be the Star Lancer. No, I don't want the Star Lancer actually. I want Area 18. What am I talking about? That's what I want. So we're going to sell this for 627.8. 627.8. And I'll work out that cost, the profit and stuff like that once we get back to the Area 56, because then that way I can not worry about wasting time calculating it now and then standing around. I want to show you the guys the time of it, basically.
Trap now approaching.
Right guys, so here we are heading back to the spaceport. We're going to jump back in the ship and we are going to head back over to Area 58, Mining Area 56, and then from there we'll work out the time that we spent.
Servicing the greater Area 18 metropolitan area. We hope you have safe travels.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle selected. Stand by. Please visit us again.
Want your company to be in good company?
Turn engines on.
Starting pre-flight protocols. All systems operational.
Request takeoff.
Requesting clearance. Stand by.
Retract landing gear.
Retracting landing gear.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Okay, so I've had to sort of cut this video a bit because I had to make a detour and go and grab a drink from one of the space stations and a max tractor beam. So I went and grabbed the max tractor beam because I needed it for the cargo for another video I'm doing. And so Yeah, so if there's a cut there and you see my energy's gone down, it's because of that. But I jumped straight back to the OM point, and then we're carrying on from there.
Quantum travel complete. Shields on.
Came in a bit hot there then, didn't I? So let's land this. Oh, didn't realise I was that low. Turn engines off.
Powering down systems.
So I need to get a drink here as well, so I'll sort that out in a minute. Okay, so here we go. So that run from here, getting in the ship and going and selling the stuff and coming back, took altogether 14 minutes. So 14-minute run, that doesn't include obviously the packing and unpacking of the ship, but that's 14 minutes that we've got there. So that took 15 minutes for us to do, and well, it was 14, so I'm going to say 15 minutes to do, and we made 142,600 on that in profit. So that's a really good run in a Star Lancer. 15 minutes for 150,000, or just short of 150,000, 142,000. So if we take, we did, I'd say about 15 minutes for the unloading and loading. So we could be looking at about 30 minutes, so we'd get 2 runs in an hour and make 250,000, 280,000 should I say, in about an hour. So that's not too bad of a run. So let's see what we can get in the next one. Let's do that. Right, so let's do the long haul load now. Let's see what we get from this. So again, we're going to go for the same thing, Glaronite. Oh look, someone's been and took a massive chunk. Well, no, 90 they've took from it. So we can't pick our ship because you can't buy it, so we've got to buy different. We've got to go from here, And again, we want to buy Laranite, we want to buy 24s, no, 16s. We want to buy 12 of those. Buy 429.6. So different price, 429. 600. And we'll confirm that. Accept. And then we want the 4s as well. Make sure we get 4s this time. And we want 8 of those for 71.61. $71.61. Accept that. So 71.61. 71,610. So we've got that now. We need to go and put it in the ship, and let's sort this out. So let's get this time going. So we have loaded the ship, and now it's time for us to head back and go and sell this. Let's do it. In an emergency, if the lifts don't work, there's a ladder. Turn ship on.
Starting pre-flight protocols. All systems operational.
So this time we're going to head over to Lorville, and then we'll head back as well from Lorville.
Engaged. Quantum travel complete.
22 George Michaels. Let's do this.
Engaged.
So here we are, Hurston. Didn't take too long. Let's go. So currently around 5 minutes.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Please proceed to assign landing lane.
Landing gear down.
Turn engines off.
Powering down systems.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant
Okay, here we are at Lorville. That journey has taken us 9 minutes altogether. So from leaving the place to getting here and landing. So that's a 10-minute run at the moment. Right guys, so I've loaded and unloaded. I'm going to head away now to go and sell this. Let's see what we've got. And then we'll head back to the place and then we'll do the roundup of that then. We've got to head over to the business district. That's where we've got to go.
Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense. Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching. Hurston Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time. Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense. Be considerate to your fellow travelers. Do not block doors. Step away from the platform edge when train is approaching. Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious and dangerous offense.
So we're heading over to the business district here, guys, to sell this.
Now arriving, Central Station. Please watch your step when disembarking the train.
The big gold statues. And again, once I get back, I'll let you know what we earned from this. I think we earned 202 from the first run, even though it said 160 in the thing itself, in the UEX. We're going to see what we earn here. Actually, it said we would only earn 130 doing it local. So we made 70,000 more than what it said. This one was going to be the 160,000. So let's see what we sell it all for in the end. So let's pick the Lorville because I put it all into the hangar, and the max, and we're going to sell it for 655. Let me just write this down. Sell it for 655.4. 655,400. Confirm. And accept. And what we'll do is we'll work out the cost of that when we get back. So I want to do the times as well as the cost when we get back to the place. So it makes it an equal and fair run then by going back to the same place for a long distance if we're just going to do long distances because you're going to get a better price over short distances for a not so good price. I'm keeping as much of it in as I can so you guys can see exactly how long it's taking to do something. Got lucky there with the train. $154. So working that out, that was 154,000 we earned there.
Now arriving. Pizza Spaceport. Please watch your step when disembarking the train. And time. Now arriving. Stand by and let passengers disembark before boarding.
But when I come to the end here, what I'll do is I'll do a voiceover. I'll go back through the video to make sure the numbers I've written down was correct, and then so you'll get confirmation of the two costs and times in a voiceover at the end of this video as well. Because it's looking like we paid more in the end. When we bought it the second time, we paid 500 the second time, but we paid 15,000 more than what we paid the first time, and we earned 25 less.
Welcome to the
So
ASOP vehicle
I'm not
retrieval
too sure the
system.
numbers work out. I'll have to check it out. So let's go straight down, and I'll do a voiceover afterwards on the costs and what we earned once I go through the whole video again. So now we're just gonna finish up with the time now and jump back to the other place. Right, so let's do this. Back in the ship, turn engines on.
Starting pre-flight protocols. All systems operational.
station. Thank you, and please visit again.
Right, so let's find out where we are going. We are going back to 56. No, we want maps. Why is it doing it? Why is it doing that? So we're going to 56. Let's do this. Get this jump done. Over to our corp.
Quantum travel engaged.
Okay, so we're heading back into area, mining area 56 here now. Turn engines off.
Powering down systems.
Okay, back down. And there we are. Back in 56 and into the thing, and then we'll get a time on this, and then we'll do our final thought. So there we are. So what we're looking at time wise. So that took 19 minutes to sell the goods and get back here. So let's add that to our time. So we're looking at 29, 30, 32 minutes. So the long run took 32 minutes and we earned from it 154,200. The short run took 14 minutes and we earned 142,600. So we made 12, just short of 12,000 more on the long run, but it took twice as long. Now that's not including the offloading and loading. So I would suggest the difference wasn't that much. For me, I would suggest just doing the local runs. It's better just to do the local runs, unless it's a massive difference in profit that you're seeing. But for me, that the local runs just seem better. And yeah, so I would check out the UEX, and as long as it's not like 70,000-80,000 you're going to lose. If it's only like 30,000, then and I would suggest just doing local runs. Even then, you might still be better off doing the local runs, because when you get to the other place, it just might not be selling at the price that it's saying on UEX. So for me, I just think the better run was the shorter distance run. And yeah, so you guys let me know what your thoughts are on that. Would you prefer shorter runs, longer runs? What are you actually doing? What's the commodities you're actually picking up? And yeah, so we hope you like this video, guys. If you're doing, don't forget to set that point, to tickle the like button, hit the bell and subscribe notification, and we shall see you guys out in the verse.